If you've been following my SL build, you guys know how much work I've done to it, and I'm still continuously working on it and making it better, improving it. I've done some larger items on the car. Today I'm going to be focusing on the brakes on the car. It is giving me some issues on high speeds. The brakes pulsate a lot, so I think there's some hot spots on the rotors themselves. So I've purchased rotors and pads front and rear, and I'll eventually be changing the brake hoses as well. And maybe I'll paint the calipers, we'll see at a later time. Right now I want to focus on the reliability of driving the car, as I have some shows coming up. It's nice outside, so I want to get this thing on the road. It's fun to drive. I love this thing. So let me show you what we're working with as far as parts. So I've got some power stop drilled and slotted rotors from Rock Auto. These were the rotors that were on the car, so I just went with the same ones. And I've already done one side, and this is the driver's side. See these spots here? These are hot spots, so that'll cause some pulsation in the brakes. I got Akebono or Akebono, I don't know how you say it, pads for the front and rear, and some brake pad sensors. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how to do this side of the brakes, front and rear. I got all my tools set up. What you're going to need, wire brush, PB blaster, 19 millimeter, the bigger caliper bolts in the front. The rear, it's 17 millimeters, and then a 10 for the brake pad wear sensor, some flatheads, pliers, I got Loctite, and your impact 17 millimeter, take the wheels off. So let's get to work. I'll remove the wheel. First I'll get it jacked up, put a jack stand under there, remove the wheel. I'll start to break free those caliper bolts and get all that stuff out, and we'll go from there. There's a jacking point on the SL, usually where the tow hook covers are. Just line that bad boy up, get this thing up in the air, get our AMG OZs off, and we'll go from there. Put our jack stand underneath there. Go ahead and get our I'll just clean up the surface real fast right away. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. Duh. I'm replacing the rotors. So yeah, you don't need to do that. Spray the caliper bolts. Show you. Spray these caliper bolts. These are Loctite on there. Hard. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Let that sit for a little bit, and then we'll get that out. Looks like our tie rod ends are in good shape. More ball joints, not so much. That'll be another thing on the to-do list. Go ahead and get your 19 on there. I just hammered it and it broke free. I can get in there, take it off. Get our 19 on here. And we're gonna hammer it and it broke free. There we go. That Loctite is on there good. Get our ratchet in here. I'm gonna take these off all the way yet. So I'm gonna take apart the rest of this stuff here. Go ahead and take this off. Just 10 millimeter right here. And the brake pad sensors. That guy over here. Pop these sensors out. And we could reuse these because they haven't been worn actually. Got my punch. As you can see, I've used it quite a bit and flattened it. But then there's a special little thin guy that goes in here that you have to have. Otherwise this will not be an easy job for you. Grab your channel locks and pull these pins back up that are in here. Go. Get that out. Get this other pin out. Now we could pry back our pads, the flathead. Okay, we got this guy. Now we'll get this guy here. Okay, we got one of the pads out. A chunk of it missing, so might be a reason why it was vibrating too. Actually, I probably made that chunk go missing. Got one. Other one, we gotta use the ratchet. Open-ended ratchet. You can't fit a key in here. And we are out. Now put this guy here. Careful not to damage anything. 10. Get this guy off. Oh, that was a stupid move on my part. That off. Get in inspect wheel bearings. They're still okay, but our lower ball joints are shot. As you can see, those need to be changed, so probably do the same refresh that I just did on the CE. For now, let's focus on our main issue at hand. Clean off the surface here. All right, now we're going to put the pins back in here. So put this first one in, guide it in, and we'll hammer it in the back. Not much room, so we have to improvise. That's our tools here. Okay. Ow. Put this here. Grab our next pin, slide it in. There it goes. Hammer. That is in. It's not in as much as I need it to be in. Oh. Okay. Now we could plug in our sensors. There's a hole there. Put our screw our 10 mil back in for the brake pad sensors. Plug those guys in. That all dialed in. It's not 10. Click. That's in. Let's make sure our bolts are tight here. Okay. That's good. And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up your brake job for the fronts. Throw the wheel back on and we'll jump to the back. Same thing here. I'll go ahead and lubricate our back bolts, anti-seize. Pins shouldn't come out, so don't have to worry about those. We'll knock the pins out first this time around. Oh, I'm hitting the hammer backwards, that's why I'm having problems here. I'm so focused. Got those out. Pop the 10 off. Those. Got the pads out. Let's go ahead and break the screws. 17. You tie your lefty loose, it's going down. Got it. All right, that's done. Okay. Got our 17, pop that off. Pop the next one off. That's it. Free here. Now, for this, there's these factory shims here. You could leave those and then reapply your new rotors. Take the back ones off. Let's clean this hub up here. Pop our new caliper on. Our rotor rotor, sorry. Put our caliper back in place. Some Loctite. Should probably clean the threads on these too. Should have mentioned that. Clean that old Loctite off. Okay. All right, just lowered the car. All the brakes are done. Old ones here. I did pick up a set of keys, spare keys for this thing. So I only have one key fob, and if you have an R129, they do not make duplicate key fobs. You could only get a new key fob where they program a new key to your existing ECU, infrared system, whatever they call it, or radio antenna. And that's like a couple $100, and it's a whole process. So you can get spare keys, which will start and open the car like a regular old school key. Let's go ahead and pump the brakes. Get some brake pressure here. All right, brakes feel solid. Go ahead and pull this thing out. Do have a bulb out warning. Got to look into that. Oh, we're stopping nicely. Go ahead and take this for a spin, see how these things work, and go from there. The SL stops on a dime now. Super happy. Glad I took care of that. That was really annoying, especially when you're doing higher speeds, 70, on the freeway, and you press the brakes, the whole front end would shake. Now that is no longer gone. I'm slamming on the brakes right now, kind of just wearing them in, or embedding them in, as they say. You don't have to slam on them to like lock them up. Just press on them harder. That'll do the trick. And yeah, we have a nice set of stopping brakes. The Akabonos are nice. They don't squeal. A lot of brake dust on the other OEM pads, so these will have very low brake dust, so you won't have to clean your rims every time you drive the car. A lot has changed on this SL. You guys have seen the transformation from seats, interior, exterior wheels, paint, bodywork, mechanical, engine. Suspension is going to be some of the things I'll tackle in the near future. Maybe some cosmetics as far as the brake calipers, painting them. You can't really see them through the wheels, so it's kind of stupid. If I had like really different wheels that you could see the caliper fully, there's hardly any visibility of them, so I don't know if I'm going to do that, but definitely the brake hoses and bleeding the brakes, rebleeding them, and putting new fluid in there will be on the list. So make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.